if you've got a Nintendo Switch and you're itching for that 2D Metroid game, just get Axiom Verge. It's one of the most enjoyable Metroidvania games, as you might want to call them, that's there. Everything about it is just done so well. For once, I think the soundtrack is one of the greatest soundtracks in any game ever. It just oozes that 80s action movie game nostalgia that I bloody love. And what's so brilliant about this game is it sort of channels so much of that genre without sort of relying on its tropes, without sort of relying on its visual aesthetics. It has an aesthetic of its own, it's got enemies of its own, it's got the weapons of its own. It feels very much like a unique game, but it's just a fantastic sort of, I guess, ode to those games, and it's done so well, and it feels very much not like a throwback game. It definitely adds its own spin on things, moves it forward to modern times, and control wise it is impeccable, and it needs to be for a game like this, especially what the game throws at you. If the gameplay and controls didn't feel perfect, it would just lead to frustration. And don't get me wrong, the game is tough to an extent that it can be frustrating, but you never feel like the game has screwed you over. You always feel like, damn, that's a challenge I wasn't expecting. And you will die a lot. It's not an easy game, but there's a checkpoint as you move around the world. There's checkpoints that will heal you, but it'll also save your game. So when you go there and then you die, you'll just respawn back there. It's just got this creepy 80s sci-fi look to it, and then coupling that with the soundtrack, it's just such a brilliant game. Everything is paced out so well, how you get new weapons, new abilities, upgrades, bosses. It's just the right amount of time between each of them, and the difficulty is just right each time. It doesn't, there's no, to me there were no difficulty curves, there were no sudden changes in how the game expects you to play or approach things. It just introduces new things at a great rate, a fast rate, but also welcomed. It doesn't feel like out of nowhere. It doesn't feel like unwanted or forced. It's just one of those games that have been designed and executed on to the point where you just don't want to put it down. I just did not want to stop playing this game. And it's one of those weird things that it doesn't happen with many games, but like, you kind of don't want to play it, because the more you play it, the closer to the end you're getting. And once you get to the end, that's it. And you kind of like, you're constantly fighting whether you should keep playing to finally get through, because you just want to play so much. But then also, if you complete it, it's over, nothing new, and you feel like this sense of emptiness. And I got this with this game, to be honest. But anytime I wanted to play and I couldn't, I just found that soundtrack and I listened to it, because god damn, it's a good soundtrack. But the guns are a lot of fun. They're different, they're utilized for different enemies. It's great sort of like combat chess, I think is the term, where sort of like, okay, I've gotten this new weapon, this is good for keeping a distance and hitting multiple enemies at the same time, this is good for this is good for that. And sort of the way that works is just so good. But Axiom Verge has been out for a little while, but now that it's on Nintendo Switch, it kind of feels like it's at home.